And so what it mainly came through for me was there's some deep underlying resentment and anger that's sitting there that needs to be dealt with. So Chris, dizziness. So the main thing I got with that, this was, I believe, connected to a daughter or a daughter's friend. You'd have to remind me on that. But anyway, what I got with it, it's inflammation in the inner ear or around the inner ear. So what's happening is basically, and I see that this person is also, does have issues with their balance and things like that. And it's because there's inflammation around the inner ear, and this is creating the dizziness. Yeah. So when I look at it from what's creating that, it's excess. So the inflammation is being created from too much fire in the nervous system, yeah, and the bone marrow as well. So it's quite deep. So this has been going on for some time, if not the dizziness or the symptoms of the dizziness, yeah. And so what it mainly came through for me was there's some deep underlying resentment and anger that's sitting there that needs to be dealt with, yeah. So I'd invite you, Chris, if she hasn't already, go get her to download the 3 major traumas you must heal and get her to follow those processes the same as you were, yeah. In terms of a physical aspect, what I want to invite her to do is focus on eating cooked, juicy vegetables. So things like zucchini and tomatoes are juicy vegetables. So just look for juicy vegetables. Make sure she's having them cooked, not raw, cooked. Yeah. And also focusing on juicy fruits. So watermelons, a juicy fruit, rock melon, apples, those types of things. Yeah. And the other thing that comes to me was black sesame seed oil mixed with lavender oil and putting it over her whole body, but also putting it in her ears. So putting 3 to 4 drops in each ear every night. Do that for a week as a minimum. See how she feels. If it's still, if there's still a bit of dizziness and she feels like she needs to do it more, please go on and do it more. You can do this for as long, as long as she needs to, until the dizziness starts calming down. The next one is, want to get her taking, you'll be able to get them in capsule form. So just take 1 a day in the morning. And what it is called Triphala Gugulu. So Triphala Gugulu, Guggulu. Yeah, take 1 of them a day in the morning. And the last one was, have 1 cup of aloe vera juice daily in the morning on an empty stomach until not her next period, but the following period. Yeah. So if she's due for her menstruation period in 2 weeks, then have it for 2 weeks plus the 4 weeks or 5 weeks, whatever her cycle is. So have it for the next period and the one after. So that's the main physical stuff for that. You in the emotional stuff, you had it correct. What you said, it was abandonment. Yeah. So she needs to look at that abandonment. You can support her and guide her through that. I've got confidence in you and your ability to do that, and just give her those physical things that she can use to support on a physical level as well. So if you remember from the course, abandonment is connected to the skeletal system, and the parallel system to the skeletal system is the nervous system, right? So what's happening here for your friend is there's issues happening with the bone, with the nervous system. There's issues happening with the reproductive system, which means it's also happening with the integumentary system. Yeah. So, all the tools are there in the course for you to see the different layers where it's affecting, which will support you when you're guiding her and when you're trying to connect in and get guidance on what you need to do for those aspects. And that physical stuff I've given you will support her now, and you can support her with the abandonment from her mum and those things, whatever else comes up for you through that.